Okay, welcome back, YouTube family. Happy Sunday, happy Easter to you all. Hoping everybody having a great and amazing, blessed day. So y'all know with all the videos we did, we recently started the channel, and I put a lot of videos out there just for starters to get y'all started. But I wanted to do a weekly review just to let y'all know it's not in that exact order. So I'm about to let y'all know in the exact order. But first I'm gonna give y'all another introduction. My name is Justin, go by Jay for short, and I'm just a local artist in the city, but I'm also trying to definitely start that financial journey. So for everybody that's want to come along on that journey, help save their money, get better with money management, even knowing anything about the stock market and how to invest your money. So if you want to go with me, just hit that subscribe button and give us a like and add some comments if y'all have any questions. We will definitely be touching on them subjects. And y'all already know the last week's video or this week's video that I touched on has come from zero to at least $500 in savings, even opening up an emergency fund, saving for emergency fund, also all the way to investing. So let's get started with this video. First thing first, we're gonna start off by saving money, right? Most people don't got a saving problem, they got a spending problem. You can't save because you're constantly spending and spending it on check by check, and you're not really seeing none of your money. And the reason why you ain't seeing none of your money because you ain't looking and doing the numbers so you know exactly what you're spending. And that's one of the main things we definitely got to fix within our life is the spending issue. Stop spending unnecessary money, please. If you don't stop spending the unnecessary money, you're never going to be able to see a profit or ever be able to save some money because it's coming in and it's going out. Hold on to a little bit. And a simple phrase that can help you with this is 10%, 20% of your money. So if you're going to spend $100, save $10 or $20. You know what I'm saying? That's going to easily help you and make that a automatic, not manual. Make it an automatic system. So if I spend $100, I gotta take $10 and put this into the savings account. But that's another thing we touched on. Not a regular savings account. Because most of us save and put it in the bank. We do not want to just save and put it in the bank. And like I said, you don't want to just put that money in any bank account. So this is a basic layout for y'all to understand. Average savings rate 0.3 to 0.6% APY. But why you want to put it in the high yield savings account? 4%, 4.2%. Definitely get some money back. That way you definitely can see some more of your money instead of your money just sitting there in the bank gonna loan it out anyway and get way more on the return versus you just getting pennies on the dollar. So that high yield savings is basically your foundation when it comes to saving your money. If you're gonna have your money sitting in there, not for like everyday bills, but when you save up and money you're gonna have sitting there for like long-term trips, emergencies, things like that, which we're gonna continue to touch on as we go down. But that's where you want that money to be sitting at, not just sitting in a basic bank account. So definitely open up the high yield savings account. Okay, and after you all learn how to open up the high yield savings account, what we should put our money at, now it's time to actually start building some discipline, dedication towards this, and actually taking our time to really doing the thing right. Stop the spending, more savings. And the more you do this, the more momentum you're gonna build up and the more confident you're gonna get, and you're like, you know what, I can see it, the money is there. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't gotta touch it. Don't be tempted to touch it. That's why we starting off small and we slowly build our way up. So when we do see the large amounts, we have no doubt that we're going to touch it. Nope, because we did the right thing. Save our regular money right here, extra money. And what we got to save, that's automatically going to our high yield savings. And we don't have to worry about it. Because your money should be working for you. Whether if it's just sitting there doing nothing. We want a working dollar, all right? In the video, when I say save up $500, I gave y'all 3 months. And 3 months is a long time, and I calculated the average person making $15. Most of us is making more than that. Some of us are making underneath that. And I said, if you're making underneath that, go for saving $250 because you don't want this to be a strain. You want this to be an easy, simple process. So that way, when you continue to build up, like build the confidence, the discipline, it becomes easy as riding a bike. And once it becomes second nature, guess what? You're going to eventually go from $250 to $500, $500 to $1,000. But that's why we start small. We don't want to give you no large task that seem out of reach. You're like, how am I supposed to get $1,000? No, that's not what it is. $250, that's nothing, right? $250, nothing. Because guess what? If you're getting every 2 weeks, you're getting at least $1,000. You telling me you can't put to the side 100 of those dollars? $50, you know what I'm saying? You're going to definitely save this up. If I say in 3 months, mind you, $250 in 3 months, you're probably going to only be saving $50 every pay period, every 2 weeks. So we want to make this easy as possible. So once we get disciplined, more dedicated, build that momentum up, we can easily step up and say, you know what? We're going to go from 50 to saving 100. And now that 100 is going to be easy as it was saving that 50. But we don't want to jump from 50 to 200. And guess what? Now you got to go in your savings account. No, we don't want that. Because you know why? That stays in a high yield savings account. Just like that. So that could keep growing money on top of that. That's interest. APY, baby, annual percentage rate. I say APY, APR, my bad. All right, y'all. Now, once we built the discipline up, the dedication, and really start putting the money to the side, guess what? We already got the momentum going, right? We got 250 saved, the 500 saved. So the next thing is, let's start working on the emergency fund. Like I said, emergency fund is mainly for like 2-3 months of your expenses. That's just a start. But I say $1,000 because I want to do 1 month, make it simple. But if you're making the more money, go for that 3 months, and then we're gonna roll our way up just like we did with the savings to 6 months. So you don't have to worry about 6 months bill payment if you happen to stop working or you lose your job, anything like that. The bill's gonna be paying itself. Not saying you're not gonna be looking for another job or trying to get better or recover, anything like that. But that's just a safety net. So that's why that money was sitting at high yield savings. So if that's $6,000 for your 6 months expense sitting in there, guess what? It could be gaining that 4% on it, which probably gonna be over $60 or something like that. Or say if it's just $30, it's still gaining something without doing nothing. Even while you're looking for your next job, the money is working for you. A working dollar is better than a non-working dollar any time of the day. Best believe it. And when you got that emergency fund to the side, guess what? It's no panicking, no stressing. Let anything come up, tire go flat, and you don't happen to have that money, 200, okay, let's take it out the high yield savings. We got it there. There's no need to stress. Not saying you can't use the money, but you don't want to just say, you know what, I'm going out eating, and I'm going to use the high yield savings saving account, because that's not what we got there. Because going out eating is not an emergency. Main thing you want to do, get you $20-$30, go to Walmart, buy some, and fix you some food. That's another bad habit that we all got. We just want to take it easy. Let's go to the store. Well, let's go to the fast food. We're going to drive through. I understand it is easy on life, but at the end of the day, the food ain't always good for you, but it's easier to just go and pick it up. That's why in our mind, we got to flick the switch. Be like, you know what, we don't want it easy. We won't go things the hard way. That way it lasts. We build up the tolerance within our mind that, you know what, the old way, nah, the old way is not the way. Because you're going to be able to save up a lot more money fixing your food, meal planning, prepping your meals, versus I'm just going to keep going out eating. I done been there. And I want to tell y'all, that's not the thing. Once you do them numbers, like I said, 5,000 on eating out for what? Right, you don't want to do that. So I'm trying to tell y'all ahead of time so y'all don't do it. So look at those numbers, please. And I also mentioned that we all running our own race. That's why I said depends on how much you're making. You ain't got to worry about what else nobody's saving, this and that. You at your own pace. Don't let nobody tell you what you can and cannot do. No, this is your money at the end of the day. And don't just work hard for it just to give it back. No, you got to put it up, invest it, sit high your savings. We got to park that money, right? Don't flex. Don't worry about the next person. Don't worry about having the next best call. Because it's only going to cost you money. Assets over liabilities. We buy assets, all right? Liabilities is only going to pull that money from our account. And we can never get rich, right? We don't want it. Now, y'all, we are at the ultimate, right? This is the ultimate. And I did mention about the saving, paying off a little debt here and there in between. But I'm going to skip over. I'm going to make probably debt its own video, depth. But the next thing, once we got our savings account, everything in automation, right? So now our well-oiled machine is chugga, just like a train. So everything is going like riding a bike. The next step now that we want to implement into the system is, let's open up a brokerage account. For those that don't know what a brokerage account is, it's just like a bank account, but it's for investments, right? You're not just using the bank account to just go swipe your card, buying stuff from the store. No, you already got a bank account and a savings account for that. And I do want to mention to y'all that high yield savings account is separate from your regular checking and saving. No, look at different banks and look up high yield savings account. Y'all will definitely see the difference between the two. And don't just listen to my words on it. I want y'all to actually do the homework, do your own research, because I'm not a professional financial advisor. No, I'm not trying to be a financial advisor. I say I'm on my own journey. And if you all would like to come with me, I definitely would appreciate it, because you all will definitely change your life, because I know I am willing to do the work, the hard work, and change my life. So as I mentioned, open that brokerage account. It don't cost you no money. You don't need a $15 starter fee or none of these things. No, open the account. And yes, they're going to ask for your social security number because you are making investments. It's for making investments. Of course, the IRS, they got to track everything, because you know what? Hand out. I want that. You make $1 million, give me 100,000 or give me 300,000 of those dollars. That's how Uncle Sam is. He want his money. So let's do everything the legit way. So they gon' ask for all your information, because this is your information, right? They need to file taxes, all this the right way. So don't be fearing about, oh, somebody this, somebody this. You do it the right way, live right, good things gonna come. And the brokerage accounts I did mention in the video was Charles Schwab, which is I'm currently with Charles Schwab, and it's a reason because they have the lowest S&P 500 fund. But we're gonna talk about that. That's one of the next things we're gonna talk about. They got Fidelity. Depends on who you banking with. If you with Fidelity, you could go with Fidelity. Chase got their own thing, but the real brokerage accounts that I'm looking at is Charles Schwab, Vanguard. They got their own S&P 500 fund. And I'm also looking at Robinhood. Robinhood don't got their own fund, but you can definitely go straight on your phone. That's the easiest way to do it. Open one on your phone. You can buy it straight through your phone because everybody in their phone these days. Most of us got phones, and we always in it. So why not just use the phone to invest if you don't want to go on the computer and invest that money? Not saying you can't do it on the phone with these other brokerage accounts. You can. But that's the main thing I want y'all to do. You ain't got to put the fund in it, put the money in it just yet. Just get it open. But once all that's said and done, the next step is a no-brainer. We already got the brokerage account, right? ETF is the way to go. We don't want to be guessing about what I'm going to invest in, what I'm going to do this, what I'm going to do. No. ETF, S&P 500, they got the SPY, which is more on the expensive side, but that's the direct S&P 500, right? And they got the Vanguard, which got VOO, same thing, S&P 500. They invested in the same things. And I said I went with Charles Schwab because they got a S&P 500, but instead of the ETF, it's more of a mutual fund, but it carry all the same stocks. And I will go in another video with the ETF and the mutual fund. But I want to keep this simple for y'all so y'all know exactly where to put your money at. And once you put that money in there, buy those things. Just pick one, do your research on each one and which one you want to go with. But like I said, they carry all the same stocks. It ain't just one stock. It's multiple. S&P 500 is what it is. 500 are the top stocks in the U.S. So make this simple, y'all. That's definitely going to get y'all on the road. And if we keep that train well, you should be pumping. Before you know it, you should have watts of cash, but not cash. It's going to be in your investment. So just saying that, y'all. So appreciate y'all for following the journey. Keep up with everything we're doing. And like I said, I'm trying to keep on pushing on this journey. No telling where it's going to take us. So I would love for you all to follow. So like, comment, and subscribe if y'all like the video, even if you all learned something. So thank y'all and have a great day.